What would happen if Prime Akainu went against Prime Whitebeard one-on-one with no distractions present? Because let's be real, in Marineford, none of them were in their prime. What would their respective primes be like? In Whitebeard's prime, he was battling against people like Roger, Odin, and even sometimes Kaido, while Akainu's most noticeable fight would be when he battled against Aokiji and even changed the entire climate of Punk Hazard. Many would argue that in terms of experience, Whitebeard had a lot more, considering he quite literally ruled the seas. But Akainu's upbringing is even more harsh than Whitebeard's ever could be. We see his immense hatred towards pirates to the point where he would even strike down his own officers to make sure that not a single remnant of Whitebeard pirates escaped. In terms of Devil Fruit, both possess immensely destructive powers, in which Akainu has a very high destructive capability, whereas Whitebeard's fruit requires a certain Devil Fruit mastery over it. It's certain that Akainu has awakened his Devil Fruit, but has Whitebeard. There are many theories speculating around, like the ability to grab air to cause earthquakes is granted by the awakening, otherwise physical contact would be required. Who do you think has the Devil Fruit capable of dealing more damage? I would say Akainu, but it's also much harder for him to literally defend against shockwaves. And the fact that Akainu uses only his fist, whereas Whitebeard wields a supreme grade sword. As a rule, unless you're literally Garp, you need some sort of weapon. On a side note, what kind of pirates are even allied with Whitebeard to not even know that you need Haki to take down a Lugia user? Right now, the favor is very much in Whitebeard's side, but with the sheer ability to even change the earth which you are standing on to magma, makes it next to impossible to fight back without taking on damage yourself. While we saw Whitebeard at his old age, in his prime not even swords could hurt him, much like Kaido, and so he would also most likely tank every single attack, and the fact that he doesn't have a single scar on his back from ever running or retreating from a fight is enough to show how much he dominated. Moving from this, it all comes down to durability, and Akainu got absolutely thrashed in his few moments against Whitebeard, although he did manage to land a couple of good shots, but in the major part, the damage he took was much higher and barely scraped by. And this Akainu had no damage inflicted on him previously, whereas Whitebeard was going head to head against the entire navy and the other admirals constantly. I think the main reason that Akainu and Akaukiji's fight lasted so long is due to how contrastingly opposite their devil fruits are, and most of the time the attacks cancelled out, whereas based on the high intensity of attacks dealt out by both these users, I predict that the entire battle would last 2 days maximum and it would be Whitebeard's victory. While Akainu is impressive, his opponent is someone who stood as equals against the Pirate King, and to this day I don't see anyone coming up to that level. Subscribe for more.